The Super Mario Bros. Movie is finally here. Well, it's been out for about 2 weeks now. I finally have a chance to review it, and since it's been out for 2 weeks, I'm going to warn you this review is going to have spoilers, so you have been warned. Before I talk about the film, I just have to say how much Mario has meant to me growing up. When I was a kid, this franchise was everything. I played so much Mario as a kid, and I know I'm not the only one. That's why this franchise is so popular. But I have to say, growing up, Mario was very special and important to me. When playing hours of Mario 64 at my grandparents' house, and then eventually getting all 120 stars, and eventually getting all 150 stars in Super Mario 64 DS. And speaking of the DS, I think Mario Kart DS is one of my favorite games of all time. When I got that for Christmas, it was one of the most special gifts I've ever received, and it was Mario Kart DS. At one point, I played that game so much I was world ranked. That is a true story. And I can't forget to mention some of the handheld games that got me to love Mario even more was Super Mario Bros. 3 on the Game Boy Advance. I know it was on the NES at first, but the remastered version on the Game Boy Advance, I played that for hours. And then all the sports Mario games, those are some of the best sports games out there. I mean, Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64 might be the best tennis game ever made. And then in 2007, when Mario Galaxy came out on the Wii, this game absolutely blew my mind because of the graphics, the gameplay, and then the incredible epic score. Mario, growing up, has meant so much to me. And when they finally announced they're making a film with this big cast, and then I saw the first trailer and the animation, the kid in me got so excited. If I was in elementary school or even parts of middle school and this film was coming out, I would be losing my mind. This would be my most anticipated film of the year, and I have to say I really love this movie. It's not perfect. I think there are some things that could have been better, but I think they delivered on so many fronts. And there were so many parts of me throughout the film that had me feeling like that food critic from Ratatouille, where he eats the ratatouille and he just thinks of his childhood. That happened so many times in the Super Mario Brothers movie. This film is just filled with so many Easter eggs, so much nostalgia bait, but this time I really don't care. In other films, it somewhat bothers me that sometimes that's the only reason this film exists, but with this, I don't mind it. This is actually what I would want in a Super Mario Bros. Film because there isn't really too much of a story in the games. You can make a story, and I think with the story here, it's really the best they could do. We have Mario and Luigi stumble in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario has to save Luigi, and from the trailers, it seems like Bowser's trying to take over the Mushroom Kingdom, but I love the little twist that he is absolutely obsessed with Peach. He wants to marry her because that's kind of what the games are like. He keeps kidnapping Peach. And I thought that was a really funny twist that made the movie a lot more fun. I thought Jack Black was excellent as Bowser. And I love the song Peaches. Peaches was a fucking banger. But throughout the film, there are so many references and so many Easter eggs, down to the smallest little sound effect that the kid in me recognized and got super excited. There are some that I probably didn't recognize because the last Mario game I played was Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch. But there are a lot of Mario games I missed, like the Super Mario 3D Worlds that were on the Wii U, and a lot of the new Super Mario Brothers games. I played the ones on the DS, but not really the ones on the Wii. But all the references in Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, Mario 3, all of those, I just couldn't help but smile. And I have to mention the incredible score by Brian Tyler. It might be my favorite part of the film. This is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I've always loved the soundtracks of the Mario games. I always thought they were so clever. They made the game more fun. And Brian Tyler absolutely did his homework. I read somewhere that he used over 130 different Mario scores to make his score for the film. And there are so many references that I just recognize because I'm such a nerd for these games, specifically Mario Galaxy, that I couldn't help but smile again. This film just made me smile the whole entire time. And like I said before, it might just be because of cheap nostalgia bait, but fuck it. It worked on me. But there is a specific sequence in this film where Mario and Donkey Kong are in front of all the Koopas and Goombas. They're taking away all of Bowser's treasure. I think the Mushroom Kingdom's treasure. And Mario and DK power up and they run through this course like it's a mixture of like a Mario 64 course or even like a Mario 3 course. And that scene was just fucking amazing. I mean, I never thought they could bring something to the big screen like that, and I thought they nailed it. With the whole sequence, it was just so much fun. And then when Mario gets the Tanuki suit and we hear the Mario Bros. 3 theme, the dun 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 dun. I mean, perfect. They nailed it. You can't get any better than that. But that is one of my issues with the film. I wish there were more sequences like that. This film should have been a lot longer. There should have been more of those action sequences of Mario running through these obstacles, these courses, because that's all the game was. And I felt like there were so many opportunities they could have done that. When Mario, Peach, and Toad are going to Donkey Kong's Kingdom or whatever that was, there were sequences that could have been thrown in there to have all that happen. Because clearly from that one sequence, they have a good idea of how to make those sequences a lot of fun with a lot of great references to the games and just make it fucking great. So I don't know why we only really got one or two of those sequences like that. I feel like the movie could have been filled with those and it would have been a lot more fun. And I guess if we're going to talk about more complaints, like I said, I do wish it was a lot longer. It should have been a lot longer because sometimes everything happens a little bit too quickly. And I'm not going to be the first person to say this because I've seen a lot of people say this online, but throwing random rock music in this film was a terrible idea because Brian Tyler's score was so fucking amazing. You don't need No Sleep Till Brooklyn. You really don't need I Need a Hero. That song's great, but at this point, you can't really top the scene from Shrek 2, especially in an animated movie, so why even put it in here? I guess those complaints give me my overall feeling for the film, which I really just loved everything that they did, but I just wish there was more and they tweaked a little bit of it because there is so much shit in here that was so much fun. I mean, like the little nods, the little references, like when they're making their carts and you hear the Mario Kart 8 menu theme song in the background. The people who made this movie obviously knew what the fuck they were doing. I just wish we got more of this shit. We needed more. So hopefully with these sequels we do get more because it sounds like this movie's making so much fucking money. They're definitely going to make a sequel to this. And this opens the door for more video game adaptations like Zelda or Star Fox that I think they should definitely look into because so far it seems like they could do a great job with it. And maybe eventually, not everything has to be a cinematic universe, but this type of material maybe could be, and it could be good. Maybe make a Smash Bros. Movie. Who knows? Oh, and I thought the voice acting was great. I already said something about Jack Black, but everyone wanted to crucify Chris Pratt after the first trailer dropped, which I thought that was a little weird. I was mixed about him at first, but I always thought it would be weird if we had Mario's actual voice from the games be a full-length movie. That'd be kind of weird. I feel like it would sound a little off. But having Chris Pratt, he proved everyone wrong because I thought he was great. I thought Charlie Day was amazing as Luigi. I wish Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, so Mario and Luigi were together a little bit more in the film. I guess that's another complaint I have about the film. I wish those two stuck together a little bit longer because they were a lot of fun together. Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach was great. I thought Seth Rogen was really great as Donkey Kong. I thought he was really funny. I guess the last thing I want to say is I thought this film really hit me. Me being such a big Mario fan, I still am. I obviously don't play the games as much as I used to, but I feel like when I was watching this film, I felt like a kid again, which is, I think, what they're going for. I mean, this film is clearly made for kids, but all the references and nods to the older games makes me think that the producers and the writers knew what they were doing to get the older audiences to appreciate this film, and I'm just saying I really did. I really love the Rainbow Road sequence and the music behind that. I love towards the end when Mario and Luigi fight Bowser, they get the superstar and you hear the superstar music. And then all the little nods to all the games and the music. I mean, the music I can't talk about enough. I mean, the musical score is really one of the best tribute scores I think we've ever heard that really gives nods and appreciates and respects the games. Like Brian Tyler, I really can't say more great things about the score for this movie. It really made the movie so much better. And yeah, I just really appreciate the film. I know it wasn't perfect. I wish there was more of what we got. I wish it was a little bit longer. Take away the 80s rock stuff. I'm just happy we were able to get something like this. And I know it's not the greatest film in the world. I know that. But for me, being such a big fan of Mario growing up, this film really hit me. I'm going to give the Super Mario Bros. Movie 7.5 Davey Daves. Yeah, if they make a sequel, I'm all in. I'm very excited for that. And I missed a few films. I'm sorry I've been out for a little bit. I missed Air. Hopefully I'm going to try and see it this week and get a review out to you. And Renfield and Evil Dead Rises. If I'm not able to get a review, though, I'm going to try and put something on my Twitter just to get something out there because I have been a little bit behind. But I had to make a review for the Super Mario Bros. Movie because, like I said, this character meant so much to me. And moving forward, I really will make sure that I get more of these reviews out faster. But if I'm not able to get the reviews out that I missed, they will be on my Twitter. There'll be a brief synopsis of what I thought, and I'll give my rating. But for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, let me know what you guys thought. I'm curious to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more Dave's Takes.